Hello everyone, welcome to Willow and Roots. It's Michelle here and I have another reading for you. Today's reading, we're going to be answering some past life questions. I sent a message out on my community page asking everyone if they had one question that they wanted to ask about their past life, and I received 8 questions. Okay, so I'm going to be answering them in this reading, and I'm also going to do a pick a card for everyone else regarding the past life, if there's any information that you need to know about your past life. Okay, so first things first, we are going to be setting the mood for this reading. I open this reading inviting you to find a comfortable space, sit still and relax. Release the tension in your body and limbs. Feel looseness in your body. Now close your eyes and inhale and exhale. Try to exhale longer than you inhaled. Don't force it, and if you can't do it, it's okay. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. Feel the breath release and your body slowly fall. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Okay. So let's jump into the past life questions. Now, when I do past life readings, I like to meditate on the question and get a picture of what that past life was like, if there's anything significant you need to know from that past life, and then I'll share it with you, followed by me pulling some cards if there's any additional information. So the first question is from Yolanda Collier, 3856. What was my true assignment in my past life, and how can I actively align it with my present life? So this is from my meditation. Yolanda, you have a strong connection to Spirit Source God, and one of your greatest assignments is that of a prayer warrior, a powerful force that can pray, ask for healing and aid for others. You can see / know a problem before it happens. So precognition, clear cognizance. This assignment has been with you for many lifetimes, and it's an assignment that's carried over into this life. So when you are seeing someone who's needing help, especially if they come to you, you can actually pray for them, and they will be given blessings or clarity or even solutions to whatever they're going through. That's such a beautiful assignment because it's selfless and it's the true essence of being of service. Okay, let us get additional information. It's not your only assignment, but it's the most dominant one, and it's one, again, that you have done in many lifetimes. It seems like your soul enjoys it, which is nice. Okay, is there any more guidance for Yolanda? Yes, positive. Generating birth. enemy. Resilience, yeah, with the spider. And speculation. Not everyone is going to be happy about your assignment or ability to heal, to be of service, to help someone through a challenging time, to pray for them, and then you see results. Eight of Swords. So hiding one's abilities, playing small. Okay, so in this life, because this assignment has been used in many lives, you are not meant to play small, to conceal this assignment or ability. Okay, the ability of helping those to heal through prayer. Okay, this is such a powerful ability, and you may think that it's not as glamorous as other assignments, but this is you having that very close bond to the source, and not many people have that. Okay, it's such a special assignment because you can pray and ask for someone to receive healing, someone to receive clarity, someone to receive answers and solutions to a problem. And it actually happens. It comes to pass. They can pray for themselves and the blessings is delayed or does not come in. This means that you are heard by source, by spirit. Okay? So it is not an assignment to poo-poo, push to one side, ignore. It is one for you to carry out in this life. Continue practicing it. Okay? Try not to conceal it or play small with it. Try to not fear it, but embrace it. Okay, this is you being unapologetic about it. This is you really running with it with full force and power. It's not something to also sit and question too heavily. It's an assignment that when you see a need to follow through with it, you do it. Now, it's important to be asked for help or offer. So you ask, do you need? Or they come to you and ask you, and then you pray. Or you can lead someone into asking for help, for prayer, through a series of questions, through being supportive. Okay? But it's not to see the problem and then jump in and pray and solve it. It's not meant to be applied in that way because you don't want to rob someone of their sovereignty. So that's very significant. Anything else? Page of Cups. Yeah, have fun with it. With the Page of Cups. And also with this card, trust it. Okay? There's no time to bring doubt in your mind about, could I really do this? Is this really happening? Will it work? You have been doing this for so long. If you're feeling kind of disconnected or unsure, tighten your bond with the source, with God. Now, when you start running with this ability, you will have people probably feeling, some type of way or as many people say, they'll be in their feelings, because everyone wants to be the most psychic, the most powerful, the most connected to source. You need to not be involved in any of that nonsense. Again, you have been doing this for far too long. You're not in the child games with people. You know, you're not playing those games. You are a master at this. So don't even entertain all of that foolishness. Okay, so that was your reading, Yolanda. If you'd like me to expand on this, you can order a personal reading. I would love to dive deeper into this for you. Okay. Next we have Blue Fiery 6266. Who was my mother to me in a past life? Your mother is showing up as your child. The roles are reversed for full healing to take place, and that is experiencing joy over fear of abandonment and loss. This lifetime, unlike previous lifetimes, a positive outcome will occur, and you both are moving past these past life lessons and experiences. Okay, let's see if there's more information on that. So it feels like there's a dance between the roles you play with each other in previous lives. So it's this life, you are the child. In the previous life, your mother was your child. And there was a sense of abandonment. Maybe there is some type of strong bond that you hold, emotional bond, and fear of letting go. You probably are super close. And that could be because in a past life, you may have lost your child, or your mom may have lost you. This seems like a pattern that has been going on for a while. And I would love to look at your natal chart to see if you have any degrees, right, that will confirm this. Okay. Any more information? These are a lot of cards. We have pure intentions, freedom. Yeah, it's definitely a good outcome this life. Action, writing, danger, deception. So in this life, it's all about being honest with each other, honest and open communication, right? So if you are feeling stifled by your mom's overprotectiveness, speak on it. This is about having clear and open communication with each other. Now, the freedom of danger, there is no need to worry about loss or, you know, the person dying, etc. There's no need to worry about that, because those experiences have been learned and had in a past life. It's now about truth, right? So we have action and deception. So again, clear communication on how you are feeling. It's not about harboring and holding on to any type of grievance that you may have with your mom and the tight bond that you have with her. It's not about worrying about hurting her feelings. She'll be okay. Okay, we have protection. Exactly. And cat worship. Loyalty on the bottom. Isn't that interesting? Bottom of this deck, asking. So again, lines of communication need to be open. Okay. I mean, you have a close bond, and I'm feeling chills here. So why not, again, speak truth? Seven of Swords, look at that. Where is deception? Right there. It's also given me fear of, and then we have the Moon, so holding on to stuff. 8 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands. Yeah, so the energies that's carried over into this life from the past life is the fear of loss or abandonment. So that needs to be worked on through opening the lines of communication on both parts. So with your mom and yourself, raising and communicating the concerns that you may have about maybe fear of going out because you fear something may happen to you, or your mom fears that, or you may fear something happens to your mom when you're out and you can't help her. It's really talking to each other and reassuring one another that you are both strong and capable of looking out for yourself, and that you'll be okay no matter what. We do have the 10 of Cups, so it is going to be a joyous experience and a happy life, but you could experience that joy even more quickly if you release these fears. Again, the fear of loss, the fear of what if I was to lose her tomorrow, what if I was to lose my child tomorrow. It's to let go of all of that and to just be, because in this life joy is meant to be had. Okay, now I would love to do a reading, a personal reading on this and expand on it for you. So if you're interested, drop me an email. Okay. Next question. This is from Anne Nicole 23. Is there any positive financial habits that I had in the past that I can adopt currently? In one of your past lives, you were a merchant with a shop selling various dry goods, produce, and medicines for the community. What stands out here is knowing what you have that is of value and a demand for, and making it available to the public. That's the first step in your transformation and financial flow. So what is screaming here is side hustle. Okay. The positive habit was organization. Again, knowing what you have that is of value and that there's a demand for. The habit is maintaining a consistent flow of income. So when you apply it to this life, you may have a consistent flow of income, but it feels like it's probably not managed well, or there needs to be another angle, another path that can bring in more wealth, that will allow you to manage and maintain and build more wealth. Right? So that's what I'm being shown. It's organization, it's not spending above your means, it's drawing in extra income. Is there any more guidance regarding the past life? Fight. Feels like a personal struggle. Choosing. Let me show you the fight card. Fight. Choosing. Generating birth. Yep. So this right here even gives me, you can continue on the path that you're currently on. And the path that you're currently on is pretty much talking about balancing, organizing, maintaining wealth through observation, knowing what's going out, what's coming in, and also putting aside a certain amount of money out of your salary, and it's discipline and making sure you do not touch it and allowing it to grow. So there is that. But the other choice is expanding through having a side hustle. So what do you have that is of value? We're talking about skills, and it's to build on that and expand on that, right? So it speaks here with the birth card. Birthing something new, choosing to either remain and overcoming mental setbacks, doubts, or taking a chance and adding more value to your life through other means of income, or additional means, I should say. That past life was about expansion, adaptability, transformation. I feel that you know this, and it's a push-pull battle within yourself as to whether you move in that direction or not, or stay put, stay as you are. But you're being pushed to expand. Four of Swords, yeah, thinking about it, not really doing anything about it. Four of Wands, desiring that freedom. You may even want to buy a home. Yeah, Judgment. That's the way forward, they're saying. That really is the way forward. And if you're not prepared to push, the universe is going to step in and push for you. That's what this is saying. That is what this is saying. Three of Cups. See, you're not meant to be in limbo. Oop, dropped a card. Where is it? You're not meant to be in limbo. Okay. Eight of Swords. Yeah. It's blocking your happiness. It's also speaking on, this is an energetic block as well. This is really bordering on slight scarcity, right? So, but it's not that you don't have, it's that you don't think that you can gain. It's not truly understanding how abundance energy works. It's not about what you don't have. It's allowing a clear channel and flow of abundance to come to you through skills and what you have that is of value. And I feel that you do have things of value that you may be sitting on, but you don't trust that it will bring in the abundance that you need. So that's something that you need to ask yourself. Now, if you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you so we can expand on that. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Next question is from Alex Wood 7556. What gifts do I bring from my past life? Ooh, nice. Your strongest gifts from your past life, among many you've had, is scrying and reading tea leaves, so clairvoyance. You also were a trance medium. These gifts were used during the witch trials, where somehow you were not prosecuted because you read for the wealthy families and those who accused others of being witches for land. Not everyone was a witch, but you read for them. Your accuracy was frightening. You appeared kind, but there was an intimidating and scary air about you. This one was quite interesting. I ended up being a little bit judgmental with this, not in a negative way, but I questioned it. I wasn't neutral. And the question was reading for people knowing that they were going to bring harm to others. So in that life, you were neutral. So you read because you were asked to read. And it wasn't about money, because it wasn't that you lived a flashy life. You lived a quiet one. In nature, you were hard to find. They had to seek you, but they never prosecuted you. They never came for you because you were so valuable to them. And you were able to explain how, if that person was removed, how the client would benefit. This one went really deep. And yeah, it was quite interesting. Let's see if there's anything else. So we have clairvoyance and trance mediumship. Look into tea leaves and scrying using water. Something about water with ink in it. Is there anything else? Or some type of dye? Union. One more. Journeying. Union. Cards are massive. Preparing. Yeah, you can actually travel back on your own and view this past life. Communication. Can't make this up. Messenger. Cannot make this up. Chariot, Six of Swords, Page of Wands. Okay, so you've moved on from this anyway. As far as lessons or karma, you've moved on from it with the Six of Swords. It's speaking on exploring it though. So if you would like to explore and expand clairvoyance, try it, because in a past life you used to do it and you were very, very good at it. So play around with tea leaves and also scrying using water or even obsidian. Anything that you want to use to scry now, but then you used water with some type of dye. But anyway, you can play around with that and see what you get. But journeying also gives me a feeling that you have the ability to have visions from your past life. And there's deeper messages that you can receive from them. These visions, these flashes of a past life. If you would like me to expand on this, definitely get a reading, order a reading, because this is amazing. This is incredible. But you have released any karma. There's nothing, there's nothing that is negative that's carried over into this life, but you do have the ability to access these abilities. Wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. It's me dropping cards. So the next question is from Velma Williams 6944. What lifestyle did I live in a past life that affects my life now? This one is, again, another interesting one. There is a past life where you lived a double life. Not in the sense that it was destructive, but more so living for others or how you were expected to live in society. Dreaming and daydreaming about a life that would be fulfilling, but feeling obligated to stay put to avoid conflict or fear of the unknown if you left. It feels like you were in a loveless, on your part, arranged marriage and wanted to have a solo adventure to travel the world, but as a female that was not possible at the time and would cast shame on your family and your spouse. So what stands out here is following your dreams. Okay? Not sitting on it. And what comes to mind is Langston Hughes's poem about a dream deferred. Okay. Is there any more? Okay. Let's see what's on the bottom. Teacher. Okay. People. What other people think. New birth. Movement. Justice. Truth. Sacred. Alchemy. Double life. Okay. But also what you can create. Okay, this is really feeling like present stuff. So the alchemy, a mix of the two, especially in this life. Current existence and dreams. It doesn't have to be where your dreams causes you to get rid of your current experiences and existence and choices. It's about blending the two so you will be fulfilled, and it's managed. We have abundance and we have camouflage. Wow. Abundance, camouflage. With certain experiences, keep it at a need to know basis with certain people. You don't have, and people is here, you don't have individuals trying to talk you out of certain experiences that you want to have that can actually add value to this experience, your life experience. You have to live for yourself, full, really go for it, right? Eight of Cups. It's calling for you to take risks in life. But we're not talking about reckless behavior. We're talking about Chariot, yeah. We're talking about dreams and desires that you have that you know you want to experience. And it's not like you being reckless. It's you seeking growth. But the judgment of others, because it may not be something that they would do or they don't see the value in it, you should not allow that to stop you. This is what this is saying here. Life is for living. And it's not about giving up on your dreams with the Fool and the Eight of Cups. Giving up on what's on your heart or allowing it to fester and just fall away. It's to move towards it with the Chariot. That's what it is saying. When you are getting a pull, a really strong pull to move towards some type of goal, dream, and desire, Spirit is saying go for it. go for it. Because you are not someone who is reckless. You are someone who has an idea as to, is this me being impulsive and the end result is going to blow up in my face? Or is this me moving towards an experience that I know that I can manage and that it will help with my growth and expansion, abundance even? You're not here to live for other people. You're here to live for yourself. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, this is saying that, again, you're not someone who's reckless. You have a natural instinct. Ace of Wands. Yeah. It's everything is screaming. Do not sit on dreams that you have, because you are someone who's meant to experience them and you are protected. But it's not to ask for validation from others. You have to be the deciding factor as to what you move towards and what you don't move towards. Okay, if you would like a personal reading from me, please do so. I'd love to really expand on this, Velma. Thank you. Let's move on to the next. Next question is for ZY Moore 9123. What past vow, trauma, or role am I still carrying that I am now ready to release to fully step into my purpose? Well, this one is quite interesting. Again, I know I'm saying interesting for all of them, but I love past life readings. What comes up is being on the defensive, always being on high alert to prepare for sudden attack or fight. It's a role from your past life that has left trauma scars in this life. You are being asked to slow down, relax, allowing yourself to receive divine light healing now. Your strength and power has been carried over and will not be diminished, but reserved for when it is needed. This is highlighting choose your battles wisely. Now, you had an incredibly powerful past life, and again, with the need to be on the defensive, high alert energy, it highlights soldier, warrior, defender, that type of energy. I am feeling like subtle movements, or having very keen sense of hearing, keen sense of sight, instinct. Okay, but in that life you needed it because the environment that you were in required that. In this life you don't need it as such, right? The very heightened instinct and hearing and sight, it brings anxiety and distrust of the self, of others, of the experience. So it's important to learn how to calm your nerves and relax. This life you are meant to experience safety, knowing that you are safe, relaxing the nervous system, but understanding and knowing that you still maintain that strength, that force within you that could be applied as and when needed. So you can draw on it at any time, but it doesn't have to be out in the open and on high alert all the time, because it's a different lifetime now. Okay. So once you release the need to have that energy in the forefront, that's when you are stepping into your purpose. There will be ease in all areas of your life. Because what comes with that energy as well is rage. So we have journeying, working, no, never. Rejecting what does not align with you. Again, you don't have to be on the attack or on the defense with everything that does not align with you, or people who do not align with you. You can walk away from that. We have caution. Look at that. That energy, higher energy. Hospitality. Okay. Transformation. Love. Wow. So different energies here. Caution, hospitality. Being cautious of those who are around you, or what you give, who you give to. So using your instincts in that way, in the form of discernment. Transformation, love. That's when you see that shift. That's when you see certain people around you, certain positive energies around you. It's when you shift this dynamic. That's when certain good fortunes come in, is when you shift this dynamic. So again, choosing your battles wisely, choosing who you give to, who gets to feed off your energy. Tower, look at that. Look, you give people whoop ass. I'm not gonna lie. But it not only destroys them, it's like you can destroy yourself as well. Four of Swords. Okay. 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 And the Two of Wands. What this is saying is, find an outlet or some type of practice that is going to allow you to not hold on, to not suppress frustration, anger, rage. Okay? This is so important. It's not about holding it in and allowing it to build and fester, because that's how you can have explosions. Tower. It's learning how to release any type of, again, pent up negative energy that is absorbed from others. That's a very significant shift in this life. It is so important. Again, in the past life, you were carrying over, you needed that energy. You needed, and I'm going to say something that a lot of people don't want to hear it, but you needed to carry that rage and frustration so that you can get the kill. You were killing and fighting others, but you needed that energy in order to not experience guilt. It was a kill or be killed energy. And you don't need to be walking around with that now. And some people have that. Some boxers do it, where a lot of the past experiences that they had, negative experiences, they conjure it up so that when they're fighting their opponent, the opponent would be everyone who has harmed them. And they're just lashing up because they're using that as a means of winning. And that's what you did in your past life in order to win battles, in order to not be killed yourself. But again, you do not need it in this life, not to that extent. So there needs to be an outlet that you can use in order to release a lot of this pent up energy, because you don't need to be walking around with that. Yeah, look at that Knight of Swords. That's a fierce mouth. Six of Swords. Yeah, moving away from all of that. because that is not the lifetime that you're in anymore. Wow, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Because like the Hanged Man, having a different perspective, also weighing the pros and cons of certain situations that you may find yourself in. But it is important to have an outlet. I feel like I want to pull something for the outlet. What outlet? Okay, so we have travel here, Two of Wands, meditation with the Four of, what's that, Swords, Ten of Wands. Not taking on other people's problems as well. So having moments where you can sit and breathe through a lot of any type of frustration that you may be feeling, traveling, going to, you know, a happy space, beach, wherever you like, and breathing and taking in all of that healing energy from that environment. But it's all about calmness and calming the nervous system in this life. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. So if you would like a personal reading from me regarding this past life, please feel free to reach out for me. This is exciting and it's powerful. This is very powerful. Right. Next question. This is from Price Chase. Is my past life money habits negatively impacting my present day abundance and money flow? This is another interesting one. You guys, please excuse me. That's just a word that I use, right? This is interesting because what you are experiencing is divine intervention. Your past life money habits are in harmony with this life. Not depriving yourself, enjoying the energy and flow of abundance. However, it's all about mentality when it comes to money and abundance energy. Releasing scarcity and obsession around how much to have, right? So an example, I need X amount of money and that will make me feel safe and comfortable. Spirit says to allow the energy to flow, don't force it. So for you, it's divine intervention. Your past life is, again, in harmony with your current life. It's how you view money, wealth, abundance, and allowing the energy to come in and allowing spirit to send it to you, to open doors. Yep, look at that. How many cards? We got 3 and we have one more that flipped over. Oh my God. Okay. Manifesting. Yep, manifesting. Communication. Oof, chills. Opening. Asking. Okay. I mean, let me just finish pulling them because I think it's just pretty obvious what it's saying here. Intelligence, Raven, worship. Intelligence, cat, worship. Okay. It's almost like Spirit saying, look, you know better. You know how this works. Now, with manifesting, communication, opening and asking, what you desire, ask source for it. Okay? What you are desiring, financially and abundance-wise, ask spirit for it. You know better. You know how it works. But also, being mindful of what you are worshiping. Meaning, being mindful that you are not worshiping money. not losing sight of how abundance works energetically. It almost feels like not losing sight about who's in charge here. That's what it feels like. Wow. Okay. We have two very intuitive animals, raven and cat. Star. Healing energy. I mean, look. Eight of Wands comes in quickly. Ace of Pentacles. Ask and ye shall receive. We have the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom. Ask and you shall receive. But keep in mind of the intention and the energy behind when you are asking. Is it worshiping money? So this is a really major lesson here, because it's beyond money and abundance. It's talking about intention. What is the energy, the purpose behind why you want the money, why you want the abundance, how much will make you feel fulfilled, and is that really true? Why do you need that amount in order to be fulfilled? These are very, very important questions. This is delving into the I am. It's pretty deep. So it's looking into the intentions behind the purpose. Oh my God. It's there. It's saying that it's already there. And I mean, I'll pull this still. The Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Two of Pentacles here. This shows in spirit. This shows in body. The tangible. What you have and what is available. What you can produce and create. And it's finding that balance. But the balance is also needed in other areas of your life. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. That's how you draw it in. It's not the past life. The past life has brought in the possibility or the ability to have abundance and maintain it. But here, you're being asked or even tested the why. It's the why. If you would like me to expand on this, please order a personal reading. This is amazing. Very spiritual, this one. Very, very spiritual. Nice. Okay. Okay, the last question is from Jess. Hey girl. What is the past life karma we as a collective have carried over to clear in this life? Now that's a really good question. And you involving everybody up in here. Okay. I got commonality, goal, strength in sovereignty and loyalty to reach that goal in unison, realizing fear of consequences. That's all like keywordy, isn't it? But it's about unity. It's about finding the common interests. So what we all can agree on is a need that we all need. Everyone on earth, we all need this thing. So we have that in common. And we're going to ensure, do everything within our power to make it happen. Okay? And that involves loyalty. So not saying yes and then pulling back and stabbing other people in the back. It's about being truthful and honest within the self and truly wanting this change and being a force, a contributing force towards making that change happen. And when it comes to loyalty and why someone would stab others in the back or say yes and then pull out, is realizing the fear of the consequences. So what are the consequences that you are willing to stop you from moving towards sovereignty, freedom, and unity? What are those fears? And that's what the collective needs to really be honest about. When you know that something isn't right, when you know that we shouldn't be living in a particular way, but fearing loss of, and then you fill in the blank. And do you put value on that? How important is that to you versus what you know we should be striving towards? I have my theories on the collective. I feel that this whole experience we have experienced so many times, and the outcome of what we're meant to experience is unity, love, all of that stuff, right? Unconditional love and oneness and all that. But for every civilization, they've reached a point where that just doesn't happen. They fall and they all die out, and then a new civilization is created. It's just a process. Will we achieve it this time? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I think the same thing is going to happen like what happened in the past to previous civilization, because there is a lack of unity. There's a lack of sovereignty. We can say it, but do we really feel it? Again, the key here is intention. We're talking about that side of ourselves that people can't see, that we keep private, the moon energy, the true versions of ourselves, the truth that we hold within. And we can tell people one thing and they go, oh yeah, that person feels that way. But do they really feel that way? What is the quiet part? And that's what I'm talking about. People call me Debbie Downer when I say certain things, but you see it. It's not even like, it's, you suspect it, you see it in society. And I feel people talk a good game, but they don't practice what they preach. They're not being honest. Okay. Let's just get quick guidance on that. And mind you, I get this information from the universe, and I have conversations with the universe. There is the potential to achieve unconditional love, happiness, and all that. The oneness. There is the potential. But there is also choice. What some people call free will. And we all have a choice. Okay. Any more guidance regarding this? Woo. Awakening. Okay, a lot of cards. All right. I'll take it. Look, I'll show you the bottom actually. Fight. Fight. That's what we do to each other. Joy. Direction. Path. Yes. Positive. Reaching. So, wow. Oh, I'm feeling chills. So the universe is saying, yes, there is the potential to step into this energy of unity and oneness and unconditional love. And as far as the karma is the repeated pattern that we can break and we have the potential of breaking, but will everyone be on board to break it? Because that was the same thing with previous civilizations. Okay. It's always going to say, yeah, it's the possibility. The issue is the fighting. And the fighting is not only with others, it's within the self. Not working through and healing traumas and unrest. Messenger. Loyalty. You see? Okay. Sincerity, and I just got chills. That's the key. That's the key. Do we possess this? Each person have to ask themselves this, but also to truthfully live in this way. Okay. They're saying that's what it's about. High Priestess, Four of Cups, the Moon. High Priestess, Four of Cups, the Moon. And I'll show you the bottom of the deck. Page of Swords. You know, that's about what you see, what you know. So for many, they know this. There is a clear understanding and knowing about this, what needs to be done, how we ought to be. I mean, come on, you hear it in the spiritual community like it's a flipping broken record, and people aren't doing it. And you cannot go by what they say. Because remember, sincerity here. You will see it based on their actions. Because you know what the High Priest is? It all comes out in the open. That apathy with life, with people. There's a sense of even individuals walking around not even knowing that they're in this energy of apathy, of disconnection from themselves and disconnection from the oneness, even though they may be preaching it and saying that they're that, or dressing in that way where they look like, you know what I mean, I am so spiritual. But they're far disconnected from it, because this is the answer here. The message is loyalty and sincerity. That's it. I mean, if you guys would like me to expand on this in another collective reading, I will do so. But this is big. I preach about this all the time. I tell people and they're like, no, things are moving. It's an awakening. And I'm like, all right. Just like when they said about this 5D thing many years ago, and I'm like, 5 what? You're not going to open your door and step into 5D. Anyway, I'm going to now move to the pick a card segment of this. Thank you everyone who volunteered. You know, you were brave enough to ask questions and to allow me to do this on my channel to answer them. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed all your questions, and I feel honored for allowing me to tap into your past life and to share these messages and guidance with you. Thank you. Okay, now we are at the pick a card segment of this reading. This is for everyone else who just wants to get a little bit of guidance regarding their past life. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards, one for each option, and then we're just going to do a quick pick, okay? Because I feel a bit drained from doing those readings. I'm going to have to refuel. Okay, so let's quickly do this. Okay. Option 1, option 2, and option 3. We're going to pull all the cards, so it's just nice and quick. Okay, so once again, option 1, option 2, option 3. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to choose your pile. All right, okay, let's do option 1. You have slowing down. 10 of Wands. Wow. 10 of Wands. And then we have danger, praying mantis. There's several messages coming through here. Now it's slowing down on how much you take on your plate, right? How much of other people's energy you absorb. So you could be someone who's very porous, meaning that you are empathetic and are absorbing other people's energy without even knowing it, without even realizing it. Try to not listen to too many people's problems. Try to not spend too much time around negative people. When you are someone who is very porous or is highly empathetic, it's important for you to not be around negative people for long. You got to mix it up. You got to be around people who are also uplifting, who got things going for them. Okay? Have that balance, because it's very easy to adopt other people's stuff. Baggage. Okay, and with that bowl there, and that represents abundance, not only does it block your abundance, but also you get an abundance of that crap. Okay, a huge helping, which then could result into something that is bad for your health and well-being, i.e. high blood pressure. So slow down means detaching from anything that is too heavy for you, detaching from other people's baggage, detaching from taking on more than you can manage at this time. Okay, that's what the past life is saying. Ten of Swords. Look, a lot of releasing that is what is not yours. And with the Hanged Man, this card for me is like weighing the pros and cons of a situation, understanding why you have to slow down and why you have to let go and why you don't have to take more than you can handle and why you have to limit yourself around negative people. It's for your own well-being. Four of Pentacles. Holding on to what is yours. Holding on to what you have control of. We have the Queen of Cups. Recognizing what you are holding on to that belongs to others, or why you are doing something. Look, being of service doesn't mean taking on other people's baggage. That's for some of you. This is speaking on looking after yourself. And There may be a theme of in a past life you did this same thing where you were taking on more than you can handle, or you had to take on more than you can handle. You carried a lot of the weight and the brunt, and in this life you are not meant to do that. You are meant to release all of that. You need to drop it, baby. Drop the potato. Drop the hot potato, because it's not going to work in this life, especially when it comes to relationships. But this speaks on choices that we make, choosing what you give your energies to wisely. We have the King of Pentacles. This behavior blocks your abundance. This behavior blocks blessings coming in. Blessings in relationships, blessings in monetary gains, opportunities. It's time to really look out for yourself. And look, Six of Cups on the bottom, that represents past life. Yeah, you got to now look out for yourself. So bit by bit, releasing responsibility, bit by bit, limiting yourself from negative people or draining individuals. Okay, option 2. There's nothing wrong with that. Listening. Two of Swords. Awakening. All right. Not listening to spiritual guidance. Not listening to signs and synchronicities. So if you feel like I am asking spirit for something and I'm not receiving it, it's because you're blind to it. You're not listening. This speaks on mental chatter. So the mental chatter is overpowering the divine wisdom. Oh, wow. Needing to get comfortable, needing to calm the mental body. This could be through physical exercises and activities that helps to calm the mental chatter so you can hear guidance. Ten of Cups. Wow. Spirit is saying that if there's any money worries and worries about love, family, stability, it's coming, but you can't hear it because you're constantly fixated on the what ifs and how can I get it, the chase pretty much. So you're unable to hear what is coming in for you. Page of Pentacles, cautious attitude. King of Wands. This is calling for you to not be in that cautious energy, but to be in the energy of strength and confidence. Moving from that very meek energy into one that is a force of change, of drive. This is about can-do energy and not what-if energy. Not fixating on why something can't happen or if it did. It's about doing it. I'm hearing that Nike slogan, just do it. Just do it, the world. So your past life and this life, whatever this mental chatter is, the block, something that prevents you from making a decision, it's no more. This reading is telling you that from now on, it is done. This is giving you the guidance that you need to cut back on the mental chatter, and whatever you are wanting to reach for, you have the willpower and strength to reach for it. So reach for it. Just do it. Okay. Look at that, the confusion on the bottom. Just do it. Next, pile 3. Closing. Wow. 3 of Swords. Endurance. Slow with that sea turtle, but swimming though. Emotionally slow to overcome some type of trauma or obstacle. Closing one's heart and not wanting a repeated experience. So in a past life, there may have been a really horrible experience, traumatic experience that's still with you. But the sea turtle energy and endurance is giving me really honoring your emotions. Swimming in water represents the emotions. The turtle slowly understanding, embracing that emotion, respecting it. So if it is fear and heartbreak, respecting fear and heartbreak, seeing what it feels like to you, why questioning it sometimes. Why am I in this energy? Why do I feel fear of? Make it make sense. Then seeing the reality of the situation, your sovereignty and who you are in the moment, that helps you to overcome and move through some of these blocks. It also allows you with endurance to slowly open your heart to accept and receive healing and blessings. Okay. For some, this is moving with a closed heart, moving through life, not feeling. And it's calling for you to feel now. Knight of Wands, temporary joy. Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands. I'm hearing expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Page of Cups. Now, if this is a relationship, matters of the heart, it is speaking on taking things slowly. Sea turtle and the Page of Cups. Developing feelings, friendships, and then it blossoms into something more. Because it is saying that there may be a problem of jumping into situations too quickly, emotional situations too quickly, which then leads to heartbreak if it does not work out. So what you're being guided to do is to take things slowly. There's nothing wrong with that. Building trust that allows you to open your heart fully to have this great experience with another. It also helps you to choose wisely. Okay? Moving at a slower pace. That you're meant to move at a slower pace with that sea turtle. Ace of Wands. Yeah, that's the way to move, to be. 3 of Cups. Especially if you're someone who gets involved in third-party situation. We have Justice and the Devil. Yeah. The change that's needed is for you to move slowly into emotional situations. It gives you greater clarity on what you're getting yourself into, but it also allows you to slowly open up, to be vulnerable, to have that full lived love experience. That's what this is saying. And in a past life, heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak, it seems like a theme in various past lives, and you now have the chance to correct it. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to end the reading right here. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm exhausted and I'm going to go and have something to eat now. But if this reading resonates, leave a comment down below. Also, if you'd like a personal reading from me, Information on that is in the description box. Thank you for tuning into this video, tuning into the pick a card. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.